Hello, and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Our focus is on the South today, but first, our top stories. We begin in Ondo State, where about 16 commuters have been burnt to death and 5 others sustained injuries in an auto crash that occurred in a community along the Ondo-Ore Expressway on Tuesday night. The crash was said to have involved an 18-seater passenger bus and truck, which collided and caught fire immediately. The sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Ondo State, Mr. Ebitoye Samuel, confirmed this to our correspondent. He noted that 21 people were involved in the crash, 16 were burnt beyond recognition, while 5 others sustained various degrees of injuries. The FRSC boss revealed that overspeeding and wrongful overtaking by the vehicles involved caused the accident. There's also been a major accident in Lagos, but thankfully no fatalities after a collision between 2 vehicles under the state government's bus rapid transit scheme left several passengers injured on Tuesday night. According to eyewitnesses, the accident occurred when a BRT bus going inward Iyanopaja tried to avoid a commercial motorcyclist and collided with another vehicle. The injured passengers were all taken to nearby hospitals before the arrival of the LASEMA response team. The statement released today by the LASEMA spokesperson, Mr. Nusa Okubo, confirmed the incident, stressing that no lives were lost. A violent clash in Bakuta community in Boso local government area of Niger State has reportedly left 1 person dead. The conflict, which erupted in the early hours of Tuesday, allegedly involved the locals and herdsmen, leaving several individuals injured and properties destroyed. According to eyewitnesses, the violence was sparked after a prominent farmer identified as Alhaji Suleiman Mohammed was killed on Monday evening. Mr. Mohammed had reportedly confronted the herdsmen about an invasion of farms by their cattle. When he failed to return from his visit to the herders' settlement, concerned community members launched a search and the following morning eventually discovered his lifeless body in a nearby bush. Outraged by the murder, residents mobilized and retaliated, which led to casualties on both sides. For infrastructure now, the Federal Ministry of Works has directed the contractor handling the rehabilitation of the Potiskum-Gashua Federal Road in Yobe State to immediately provide temporary measures on the damaged portion of the road that was cut off following heavy flooding. The acting controller of works in the state, Mr. Abdurrahman Abuka, who visited the scene, said the Potiskum-Gashua is one of the economic roads in the state that the federal government will not fold its arms to allow residents suffer. He adds that the 150-kilometer Potiskum-Gashua road has already been awarded to 2 companies for rehabilitation and calls on motorists to exercise patience as the government is doing everything possible to ensure the damaged portion is repaired, while the complete rehabilitation will begin soon. The flood cut off the Potiskum-Gashua Federal Road, denying 6 local government areas from accessing Damaturu, the Yobe State capital. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, says the Nigerian Army is committed to the defense of democracy and will not be dragged into any action that will truncate the ongoing development in the country. The Army Chief gave the assurance while addressing his top brass at the Chief of Army Staff Combined 2nd and 3rd Quarters 2024 conference in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital.
Gathered here are principal staff officers of the Nigerian Army headquarters, members of the Corps formations and operation commanders, commandants of Nigerian Army schools and tri-service institutions, as well as select Nigerian Army officers serving in key appointments across the country. The 2024 Chief of Army Staff Conference, which combines the 2nd and 3rd quarters, are for these participants an opportunity to appraise the counter-insurgency operations, anti-banditry efforts, and other critical operations across the country and contribute to strategic projections for the 4th quarter. In his speech as host, the Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino thanks the Army for choosing Uyo to host the conference, as it stresses the importance of security of lives and property to development.
I am deeply honored to be here with you today for the opening ceremony of this combined second and third quarter Chief of Army Staff Conference 2024. I make bold to say that the establishment of the headquarters of the 2nd 2 Brigade in the state has contributed in no small measure to the relative peace experienced in the state. It has also contributed to creating a good working and harmonious relationship between you and our administration, alongside other sister security agencies, in maintaining the peace we enjoy in Akwa Ibom.
Over the years, the Nigerian Army has battled to overcome various security challenges, including terrorist activities, banditry, kidnapping, ambush on its personnel. Nevertheless, Nigeria's Army Chief, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, commends what he describes as a tremendous achievement in the past few years as a result of support of the country's political leaders.
The Nigerian Army has made remarkable progress in the last 2 quarters of the year. These achievements are a result of the tremendous support from our political leaders, cooperation with sister services and other security agencies, and the backing of Nigerians.
Protection of lives and property is the main mandate of the Army. There are many other areas through which it contributes to national development, as it hopes to support efforts to boost food security.
As a way of strengthening its soft power approach to resolving Nigeria's food security challenge, the Nigerian Army will, in the coming days, review its agricultural policy to better position the Nigerian Army Farms and Ranches Limited to significantly boost crop production so that the Army can release grains into the market at highly subsidized rate in support of government efforts.
The conference will feature presentations on operations, administration, logistics, and other key events as outlined in the Nigerian Army Forecast of Events 2024, with the aim of making critical decisions to enhance the functionality and effectiveness of the service.
Staying with security matters, the International Criminal Police Organization has arrested more than 300 people with links to one of West Africa's most feared criminal networks, Black Axe, and other affiliated groups. And that's according to a post on the Interpol's website. The operation, codenamed Operation Jackal 3, spans 21 countries across 5 continents from April the 10th to July the 3rd and focused on online financial fraud. It led to the seizure of assets valued at $3 million, dismantling of multiple criminal networks, and identification of over 400 additional suspects. Law enforcement agencies also blocked more than 720 bank accounts connected to these illegal activities. Black Axe is a secretive criminal organization involved in various illegal activities globally, including human trafficking, prostitution, and murder. However, cybercrime remains the group's primary source of revenue. Interpol's Director of Financial Crime and Anti-Corruption Center, Mr. Isaac Ogini, emphasized the alarming rise of financial fraud originating from the West African sub-region. Mr. Ogini stressed the importance of international law enforcement collaboration in combating these extensive criminal networks and says the successful operation has weakened the influence of West Africa's organized crime leaders, reducing their capacity to harm communities globally. The Nigerian Baptist Men's Convention Union has commended the Delta State Governor, Sheriff Oberewori, for his numerous infrastructural and human capital development in the state within the space of a year he assumed office. The national president of the Nigerian Baptist Men's Convention, made the commendation during a courtesy visit to the government house to congratulate and facilitate with him on the occasion of the state's 33rd anniversary. He says other leaders should emulate the Delta State governor and prioritize the needs of the people.
We are here to identify with Your Excellency and commend you for the developmental strides witnessed in Delta State since your assumption of duties in just over 1 year in office. Your Excellency's focus on capital projects, especially in road infrastructure, with important flyover projects, including the one at the ever-busy PTI junction in Efuru by a very reputable construction company, is worthy of commendation, as this will be beneficial not only to the citizens and residents of Delta State, but millions of Nigeria who ply that route annually.
A Thanksgiving session was held in celebration of the state's anniversary, where the governor pledged to continue to prioritize peace and security, as well as the infrastructural development
before I got the privilege to invite.
We are ready to get forward. He has given them the state victory. He has given us victory.
In the past 15 months, we have been in governance for almost 15 months. We have demonstrated our resolve to keep Delta State ahead on all indices of socio-economic development. We are investing massively in infrastructural renewal, upgrading our healthcare institutions, improving the learning climate in our schools, and assisting the poor and vulnerable through our social investment programs. We are also collaborating with the security agencies in tackling the issues of kidnapping, cultism, and other crimes to ensure that safety and security of all residents in Delta State is guaranteed.
If you recall the old Bendel, you know that Delta is not alone in the celebrations, as Edo State is also rolling out the drums. We'll give you details in a moment. Join us again. Welcome back. Governor Godwin Obaseki has been praying for a smooth transition to the next administration, continued progress and development in Edo State. Mr. Obaseki was speaking at a Thanksgiving service inside the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City, the state capital, which is the first event in the lineup of week-long activities to mark the state's 33rd anniversary. He asked the incoming administration in the state to sustain the gains of the present administration over the last 8 years.
Edo State was created out of the then Bendel State on August 27, 1991. It has undergone unprecedented transformation. We have continued to keep faith with the visions of our founding fathers in serving as the heartbeat of the nation, dictating its pulse and providing boundless energy that have continued to propel Nigeria's greatness. As a people, we have an illustrious and enviable history. Our forebears were brave, sophisticated, and cosmopolitan. They built a thriving empire that was a marvel to behold and conquered territories in faraway lands. They were skilled artists, craftsmen, and philosophers who weaved our history and narratives in ways and manners that stood us out. The glory of the new Edo nation is indeed upon us today. We have focused on strengthening foundational literacy and numeracy, which ensures that our children will be able to comprehend a better life and contribute more meaningfully to our growth and development. These reforms are now a national standard that other states and African countries are coming to copy from us, and we are proud to be pace setters. Just a week ago, we got the authority to activate the Edo State electricity market which will provide a robust framework for us to dictate the pace of growth and investment in the local electricity market.
Staying in Edo State, but this time talking politics, as Esan Central local government area in the Central Senatorial District is one of the areas the All Progressives Congress APC has taken its campaign trail to as it seeks voter support ahead of the September 21st governorship election. In Udomi community, the hometown of the governorship candidate, Mr. Monday Okwewolo, the party commended the turnout of supporters and members who came to hear them out.
APC leaders and support groups gather on this ground in Udomi community, Esan Central local government area. The party's governorship candidate, Monday Okwewolo, is one of the sons of the land.
Everybody that knows say must feed the pikin. So all of us, the reason why make us come, now to show una say, una pikin will be una own. We where we dey far, we don't buy am over. We dey follow am. He go lead us. He go govern us. He go develop us. He go bring us road. He go remove injustice.
A similar reception awaits the campaign team at the next venue, where the other wards from the local government area assemble. Again, the APC team reminds the people to rally behind their son come 21st September. In return, the governorship and deputy governorship candidates assure the people they would not let them down.
Who is going to continue governance from where Oshomole stopped? Who is going to build the Red Roof Revolution? Who is going to bring infrastructural development to our people?
Done with this local government area, the APC campaign team moves on. Its target is to reach every nook and cranny of the state before Election Day in September.
To other matters now, the Cross River State government is urging residents to take advantage of the ongoing Nigerian Youth Investment Fund (NYIF) program provided by the federal government to support business owners. Speaking in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, the special advisor to the governor on digital economy development, Honorable Philip Obin, made this known that the state government has launched a digital hub to assist young people in obtaining their Corporate Affairs Commission or Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency certificates and developing business plans. These documents are essential for assessing the 110 billion naira fund established by the Federal Ministry of Youth Development.
The Cross River State government has inaugurated a digital hub in Calabar to help young people process their CAC or SMEDN certificates and create business plans. These documents are necessary for accessing the 110 billion naira fund set up by the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Youth Development as part of the NYIF initiative. The program, which targets youths from 18 to 40 years, provides loans ranging from 3 to 20 million naira for startup ideas, 15 to 50 million naira for existing businesses, and grants of up to 100 million naira for high-growth enterprises.
What we are doing is to ensure that we look through your business plan to ensure it complies, because a business plan in this context is not the elaborate type, but a mini business plan of not more than 5 pages. But it must contain the element of a business plan, which is the summary, the problem statement, solution statement, the target market or segment, marketing plan and channels, financial projections, amount you are requesting, and all of the other details. You also look at your BVN to be sure it's correct, because if you put the wrong BVN, there's no way they're going to pay you or NIN. So those are the things we are helping people to guide them through and ensure that they go about the application accurately.
Due to the complexity of the application process, volunteers already trained by the state government are here to assist applicants in navigating the forms and ensuring a smooth application process. They are optimistic of positive outcomes.
Generally, what we see here, registering people for agricultural services. People want to go into the farm and they need help from the government. And this will boost food security in the country.
I want to thank the federal government for this whole opportunity. I want to thank the state government, our sweet prince, Otu. He has done so much, and this is something that is scarce, something that has never been. Well, from my experience in Cross River State, this is the first time that something like this has been happening. So I really want to appreciate him for his efforts and for also ensuring that the volunteers are having a good time while they're doing all the work.
The Digital Hub aims to provide training in digital literacy and technology skills to empower the young population in Cross River State and encourage self-employment to increase players in the digital economic space.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Education Loan Fund has attributed some of the delays in approving requests for the students' interest-free loan to errors made by the students during the registration process. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NEL Fund, Mr. Akintunde Soya, said filing of wrong documents and false information prolongs the verification process, as the agency is committed to ensuring that only eligible students benefit from the scheme. Mr. Soya was speaking during a summit and enlightenment program by the National Association of Nigerian Students in Rivers State.
Representatives of the Rivers State government, leaders of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Soya, Vice Chancellors, students, and traditional rulers are attending the NANS Leadership Summit in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. The event, organized by the NANS National Secretariat in collaboration with NEL Fund, also aims to educate students in higher institutions in the state about the loan scheme, which is designed to cover a wide range of educational expenses.
NANS, as a body of all students in the country, we came out and we advocated for flexible conditions in assessing the student loan. And that's why you have a leadership that is representative, a leadership that is advocating for Nigerian students, a leadership that will protect the interest of Nigerian students. You don't need any big man for you to assess this student loan scheme.
According to the MD and CEO of the scheme, over 280,000 students have registered so far, with more than 250,000 already done with the application process, including students from Rivers State.
You do not require any guarantor. You are not required to go to anybody to help you. This system is without human interaction. You don't need to know the MD. You don't need to know any of the directors. We don't meet the people we are giving loans to. You provide us with the information we ask for, we cross-check it, we give you the loan. You never need to interact with us, ever.
However, student feedback borders mainly on the delays in verification and approval processes, which the fund managers give explanations to.
They say they will still approve us, but for now we are just on verified. When we check our dashboard, it's just on verified. So we don't know the next step. Some people have been on verified for like the past 3 months, some 2 months, so we don't know. And most of us, some people are in their finals, second semester, most of us, some of them too are also pay school fees. Some of them don't know how they will do.
The Rivers State government commends the initiative and promises to complement the gesture.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, has made approval for the payment of bursary, not just payment of bursary, scholarships for both foreign and local scholarship here in Rivers State. And then the scholarship is going to be basically for indigent students, and this is to also support the educational fortunes of our students here in Rivers State. I believe with this venture and with what federal government is doing, is going to enhance the educational status in Rivers State.
Payment for tuition has already been made directly to the institutions for about 20,000 students in 6 universities, including the University of Ibadan, University of Benin, University of Maiduguri, University of Ilorin, and Bayero University in Kano. In the meantime, NANS says it is committed to continuous sensitization efforts across higher institutions in Rivers State to encourage more students to enjoy the benefits of the loan scheme.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.